Hello, welcome to STH English. India is jubilant all over again, or at least people around Modi are very, very happy. Why? Because Donald Trump, out of the blue, has pulled another rabbit out of his hat and has started to talk about the long and enduring and special relationship that he has with Prime Minister Modi. In his latest post, he seems to have taken another somersault, another U-turn on his previous stance, and has started to shower praise on Narendra Modi, talking about the deep and long-term relationship between the two countries, represented by their special chemistry, and also is sending a reminder that not long ago they were going to the Rose Garden. Now, that Rose Garden obviously was something of a symbol that was supposed to mark and flag how progressive and progressing the bilateral ties are based on the mutual harmony and chemistry between the two leaders. However, that Rose Garden did not turn out to be a walk in the Rose Garden Park. It turned out to be a pretty circuitous and tumultuous kind of a ride, which culminated in a disheartening situation where the two leaders drifted apart, and Donald Trump continued to humiliate and humble the Indian Prime Minister, and also sent shockwaves right into the heart of the Indian economy by imposing the second highest tariffs after China on their exports. So the business ties tumbled, and the two countries and the two leaders drifted apart. And then Narendra Modi showed up at the biggest turn of historical events that Beijing hosted, right next to Putin and Xi. He was standing and laughing his heart out. He walked into the meeting holding Putin's hand. And then Trump from a distance said that, yes, I'm watching all of them. Good luck to them. Very impressive ceremony. And then he said that Putin and Narendra Modi are lost to the darkest China. And then barely had 48 to 72 hours passed that he came up with another tweet. India has been on a roller coaster of emotions, from Modi, Trump, bhai bhai, to Trump all over again, to yes, you did not broker the ceasefire, to no, please don't impose tariffs on us, or yes, you have done the tariffs and now you will see we have alternatives to yes, I want to hold your hand, President Xi, and I want to stand with you, Putin. I want to buy your oil and do trade with you. Yes, I want to settle my old disputes because I was humbled by Trump's America, to now we have a special relationship with Trump all over again. So if you were to document the ironies that fill this roller coaster ride, frankly, you will end up spending the entire weekend doing that. Trump seems to be turning India and the Indian Prime Minister into a yo-yo. He can whack both of them to the ground, impose and slap tariffs, tell them that you can take your dead economies down alongside Putin, and say that you have been lost to the deepest, darkest China. You're conspiring against us, to yet lift them up and close to his hand. It can give them a sense of elation and jubilation all over again. So in a way, as far as Narendra Modi's India is concerned, it has really become a yo-yo in the hand of Donald Trump. It has also become some sort of a rolling stone. Is it rolling towards Beijing? Is it going to sit close to Putin? Is it going to go back to Donald Trump and rediscover the lost love? India may say that we have options, but these are not options. This is not what India is planning to do. India's real desire was to never leap the Trump apron strings. It was just that the Trump administration had a different take on events, and it wanted to bring in some rationality, some balance in its ties in South Asia. And of course, the big event took place. The war happened, and Trump locked on to that opportunity and tried to restore some balance. And so India was really, in a way, dismissed from the Trump court. And having been dismissed from the Trump court, slapped with second highest tariffs, and continuously reminded that if it wasn't for my intervention, you would have taken this entire region to the brink of a nuclear war, and over that brink, India was left with no option. So Modi walks back to where India actually belongs. This region goes up to the declared enemy that China is, and had to be there trying to save face and engage with China via Putin. And then again, Trump does another yo-yo act and draws them back into his own sphere of influence, at least publicly. And Modi loses no time and tweets again about how great Trump is. So if you were to ask any analyst, they would tell you that you have options only when you exercise those options out of will. Here you're not dealing with options. Here you are dealing with compulsions. Trump dismisses you, you go to China. Trump hits you hard, you go to Putin. Trump posts a favorable tweet, you go back to Trump. I think Jaishankar was slightly more intelligent as compared to Narendra Modi in framing this issue when he said that, well, we are engaged with the US, and I don't want to say more than that. Take a listen to this.
Well, I think Prime Minister Modi obviously attaches enormous importance to our partnership with the United States. And where President Trump is concerned, he's always had a very good personal equation with President Trump. But the point is, look, we are engaged, we remain engaged with the United States, and at this time, I can't say more than that. But that's really what I would say.
So the more consummate and shrewder bureaucrats understand that Trump is playing the yo-yo with India. And they also understand that you don't know which side of the bed Trump is going to get up from. And barely have we started to develop some sort of an equation with our arch enemies and our closet friends, the Russians, that Trump has come up with this. So let's take it slow and let's see which way the ball bounces. But Modi is ecstatic. The Modi camp is loving it because they believe that good old days have come back again. Wait till Trump gets on the other side of the bed and makes another post. Modi, whether he goes to Beijing or engages with Putin or does not respond to Trump's constant battering of India and Modi himself, and just stays quiet. Everything he does embarrasses his own country. This new bromance is not a bromance. It's optics, and Trump understands that Modi is a desperate man, clinging and clutching at straws, and he has thrown to him another straw that Modi latched onto, much to the dismay of slightly more tactful bureaucrats like Jaishankar. But frankly, the post is out there, and so is Modi's tweet. This sums up essentially why President Xi had such a warm handshake with Putin and brought him very close to himself, barely 8 inches apart as they stood in front of each other. And when he had a handshake with Modi, frankly, the distance was practically about 3 feet, and he did not really smile enough. Take a look at these two pictures. Here you have Putin and Xi having a warm handshake, and Xi is using his other hand to pat Putin's hand. And when it came to Modi, this is where Modi stood vis-a-vis China. Chinese understood long time ago that Indians are driven purely by the exigencies of circumstances. No need to give them the kind of warmth they are expecting, because this warmth is temporary. If China were to waste energy on it, their real deal is to somehow go back to the American camp.